When you think of iconic athletes in the city of Boston, some that come to mind are Tom Brady, David Ortiz, Larry Bird, Bobby Orr. But what if I told you about Boston's homegrown Terrence Clarke? Dreams shattered like broken glass in a flick of a decision, literally months from finishing the crossing line. Instead of shaking the commissioner's hand, it was a life destined for big things, taken too soon. This is the story of Terrence Clarke. Born on September 6, 2001, to Osmine Clarke and Adrian Briggs, just like any ordinary kid, Terrence Clarke idolized the Boston Celtics, and his favorite player was Rajon Rondo. He would attend the occasional Celtics games with his father as a child, but his passion for basketball started in the second grade in the Mattapan neighborhood of Boston at Young Cheevers Academy. His gym teacher described him as someone so committed to the sport of basketball as a youngster he would burst into tears when he had to leave the gym. A few years later, Terrence Clarke found his mentor and trainer through his local community center and eventually entered the world of AAU basketball, only igniting his interest more for the sport and limiting the distractions outside of it. One identifiable trait in Terrence throughout his youth and teenage years was that he was a perfectionist when it came to basketball, always trying to fine-tune his basketball skills so much that he admits it wiped away much of his childhood from the normal things, like learning how to ride a bike or taking in more leisurely moments as a kid. As a freshman, Terrence would go on to attend the Rivers School in Massachusetts. He would put up solid numbers there, but he was still fairly unknown as a basketball prospect. Following his freshman season, Terrence Clarke committed himself to 5 a.m. workouts and two-a-days with his trainer Brandon Ball. It was all starting to pay off as he tore it up at the Syracuse recruiting camp that he was at. He also averaged 10.4 points at the very competitive NBPA Top 100 prospect camp. He had a simple three-word response to his trainer, Brandon Ball, after that. It's easy now. With Clarke's successful showings at various recruiting camps, and especially the prestigious NBPA Top 100 camp, and also dominating the AAU circuit that summer, he was ready for a new challenge. He decided on transferring to powerhouse prep school Brewster Academy to elevate his game to another level. At Brewster, Clarke did not disappoint. The decision was paying off dividends. He was climbing up recruiting ranks and being talked about with the top prospects in his class, and the social media hype was taking off as well, with mixtapes, media outlets wanting to do special interviews and shoots, and becoming a little bit of a celebrity in the basketball world, getting verified on all his social media accounts. He would end his Brewster career being named the New England Preparatory School Athletic Council AAA Player of the Year and the NEPSAC First Team Selection, and averaging 18.3 points, 5.8 rebounds, and 3 assists in his senior campaign. When it came time to choose a school, Clarke settled on the University of Kentucky over offers from Boston College, Duke, UCLA, and others. Technically, Clarke did have another year of high school, but instead chose to reclassify to the class of 2020, stating, "I don't think there is anything else to prove in high school," Clarke said. "Going to college is going to help me more with my growth and in every aspect of my game. I think another year of high school would have done a disservice to me." He was drawn to the University of Kentucky because of John Calipari's ability to develop players into lottery picks and mid to late first-round picks. He would join fellow signees Brandon Boston, Isaiah Jackson, and Devin Askew in that 2020 class in Lexington. In his lone season at Kentucky, Clarke would only don the Kentucky blue jersey 8 times and averaged 9.6 points, 2.6 rebounds, and 2 assists, scoring a career-best 22 points for Georgia Tech. He finished the season totaling with 77 points and logging 229 minutes. He would end up signing with an agent and declaring for the 2021 draft. While out in Los Angeles training for the NBA draft, following a workout with teammate Brandon Boston, Clarke was driving at a very high speed without a seatbelt and ran a red light, hitting an ongoing car and eventually hitting a pole and a block wall. He was rushed to a nearby hospital and pronounced dead later that day on April 22nd. For the 2021 NBA Draft, Terrence Clarke, though physically not there, did get to hear his name called from above. With a ceremonial pick that happened between the 14th and 15th pick, Commissioner Adam Silver called his name. His mother, brother, and sister accepted it beyond his half. Terrence provided such a bright spot to many people who were close to him and all around the basketball community with his contagious personality. His legacy continues to live on to this day, and there are glimpses of his remembrance here and there through certain NBA players, especially Jaylen Brown, who can be seen repping his high school jersey flying high in the 2024 NBA dunk contest, bringing back memories of a ferocious Terrence Clarke dunk back in the day, and once again in the 2024 Boston Celtics championship parade in front of his hometown team. Though Terrence never stepped foot on an NBA court, you can't help but believe 5 helped raise the Celtics' 18th banner from the heavenly skies and basking in glory to the city he so proudly represented and wore on his back in every stage of his basketball career.